Sabo on some Braveheart shit, like, yo, Sabo, do you really think you could take all these people on? Like, the fuck? So finally, One Piece manga has returned, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been fucking dying for the One Piece manga to return. It's like, sometimes it feels like, okay, yeah, it could be a little bit slow here or there, but when you miss something like, you know, a week passes and then 2 weeks pass, once it starts clicking, it's like, where's my One Piece manga? So for the most part, aside from the final page, this wasn't too much content in this chapter. It was kind of like, you know, seeing what things are up to, what people are up to, what's going on. It's kind of like giving a bit of a, in a small way, recap in a sense, remind you where everyone is at. Okay, these people are here, this person is there. Kidos is still on the run, even though he's one-legged. Like, I'm curious how they're going to handle that in the anime. Are they just going to keep showing him hopping? Like, it's just going to be weird when they animate this. And also, it seems as though Viola is going to be a little bit more centric to the final battle because she's going to head over to Law since she has the keys to his handcuffs. And I'm curious, why do you need keys for these handcuffs? Like, how strong are these goddamn handcuffs? Couldn't somebody just break them off or pick the lock or something? And I was also curious why King Riku is still skeptic regarding Luffy and them. I mean, I understand he's been, you know, just destroyed. His whole life has been fucked up by pirates, but these same people that you're kind of skeptical regarding, they are the ones that are like kind of saving your country right now. You know, they're kind of changing things. So I'm glad that Viola completely, for the most part, seemingly changed his mind, at least regarding Luffy. Not about pirates, but regarding Luffy, because he's like, you know, it's his words that is changing things. Hands down, funniest moment, yet again, Usopp bringing that comedy, accidental comedy. He's just laying there and they're like, please help God, Usopp. And he's like, that shit. Comedy gold. And it's going to be a hard-boiled round 2, Frankie versus Senor Pink. And the factory is slowly but surely seeming like, are we going to be able to destroy this? Because Frankie's using a fucking ginormous attack, and Senor Pink's like, that ain't going to do shit to it. So the defense is like, somebody's going to have to go inside there, either that or just like some giant is going to have to squash the whole fucking thing, because at this point, if a blast like that ain't going to do shit, then how the hell are you going to destroy this factory? I really like Senor Pink, and I wouldn't mind seeing him after this arc. I don't know, maybe after the Don Quixote pirates are just completely obliterated by this, he goes off on his own, and every now and then we see him by himself or something. So hard-boiled. But no one can deny that the whole meat of this chapter, for the most part, was that ending. Like, first of all, there's so many questions that comes to mind regarding Sabo. How the fuck, like, what type of balls of steel does Sabo have to go up to there seemingly by himself? I don't know if there's some revolutionaries with him behind them, but seemingly by himself, he's fucking up the Marines and heading towards Admiral Fujitora. You got, I believe, Vice Admiral Bastille, and you even have Maynard there. I believe Maynard's a Vice Admiral as well. And then, you know, the rest of the Marines, there's probably, possibly some more Vice Admirals amongst them. And he's by himself saying, y'all not passing any further. So that's automatically making me think, first of all, just how fucking strong is Sabo if he's making these declarations. Like, is he at Admiral level? Or is Sabo just going to get his shit wrecked? Or are the revolutionaries going to come in and they're all just going to start fighting? And if so, like, this makes you question even further. Like, this is making me really excited to talk about. How strong are the revolutionaries at this particular point if they have the balls or they can take out an admiral? Because if Sabo is just there like, yo, y'all ain't passing, he has to have some sort of trick up his sleeve. I'd imagine he's not just willy-nilly throwing his life on the line like, yeah, you know, y'all fuck me up, but y'all not passing. Like, so there has to be some sort of reasoning. Either he truly believes in the Revolutionary Army, he believes in himself, he feels like he is that goddamn good. Oh, and after this, based on the way things were heading with him saying, oh, well, this is my role not only as a revolutionary, but as a brother, with Fujitora starting to piece together the pieces of the puzzle, this is probably going to put Sabo on the map as far as like getting him a bounty or something. How strong is Sabo? And overall, for the most part, it was an okay chapter. The ending was really where it was at. That was the best progression we got, because aside from that, it was just mainly like a setup with Frankie versus Senor Pink round 2, and, you know, little knickknacks here or there. Viola's gonna head towards Law to give him the keys to the handcuffs, even though I still feel somebody should be able to rip those bad boys off or pick the lock or something. But the ending just really, like, it brings so many questions, like how strong is the Revolutionary Army? How strong is Sabo if he's making declarations like this? Will Sabo get a bounty after this, based on Fujitora putting pieces together? And, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, if we look at what's stacked up against him, you're Straw Hat Mugiwara's brother. You were basically brothers with Ace. And again, they're not blood brothers, but you were brothers with Ace, the son of the King of Pirates. You are part of the Revolutionary Army with Dragon and them. You're standing up against a bunch of Marines right now and Admirals. His bounty's gonna be out of here. So overall, with all that being said, it was a fine chapter. I'm gonna give this one 6 out of 10. For the most part, Sabo really got that entire score, because other than that, it was mainly like reminding us where people are at and just like showing little knickknacks. Luffy is still on the move, everybody's still going, so not all that much happened up until the very end, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait to find out the limits of Sabo. Like, are we gonna get Sabo fucked up here? Does he have a plan to ensnare all of them so that way he doesn't have to fight? So many fucking questions based on one page. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, how strong do you think Sabo is? Do you think he has a plan so that way he doesn't have to fight all of them? Maybe he has some sort of barrier magic, or one of the revolutionaries has some sort of barrier magic to stop them from passing? And just your overall thoughts of the way that ended. Like, do you think Sabo's gonna have a bounty after all this? And just your overall thoughts of the chapter. Again, good to see One Piece back. Fucking happy. It's like, after a while, you really do start to miss things, and sometimes I feel you take for granted some of the things that are fucking awesome. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so as well. That'd be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.